The past 2 weeks have probably been the best time I've had all year. Now, why is that? And what did I actually do in the last 2 weeks? And how does that benefit you as a viewer? Well, for the past 2 weeks, I had 4 days off last week. And then starting from Friday and this week, I traveled to a different city. And then I basically had to do some work that was not too mentally strenuous. Like, I had time for myself and to think, and I had little stress. I was in a different environment than usually, but really, what did I do to make this time so enjoyable for myself and to be so happy I had these 2 weeks like that? Well, every day I focused on doing something that drives my life forward and not a big thing. Really, that's how much I drove my life forward every day. Less than 1%, that's for sure. I wanted to take just a tiny step forward, even if that just meant, not even writing a video, just finally getting started on writing the script for a video. Because this is not completely free, but I'll write something on a paper and then put the paper aside and then boom, talk. But now I'm actually writing something and it's text. I could just post an article and just read it out. I don't want to do that, but that's what I'm producing here. So, really, every day was just waking up, doing a lot of small things, checking off boxes, and now most of this week was busy with work as well, 8 hours a day. I didn't have a far way to work, which was great. Usually I commute very far. But the point I'm getting at here is I didn't do anything special these last 2 weeks. I just had some time and I did the small things in my life that I know drive me forward towards what I want. And that's most of the stuff I thought about. I cut out a lot of distractions. I left a ton of distractions at home. I have an empty hotel room with clothes. I have my laptop, which can be distracting, but it's not the same. Like, I know gaming is a big distraction for me. I didn't play anything here or I played like 90 minutes actually, but it wasn't enough to actually make me want to play more than once. And that puts things into perspective, because it's not like I didn't spend any time. Like, I watched silly videos on YouTube every day. I play games once. I sat outside and did nothing sometimes. I read fantasy stories, but I did less of that and a lot of just small stuff. I organized my day. I lived my day the way I wanted to for the most part. And when I forgot to make plans, you know, I I didn't really spend my time intentionally. What a shocker. You don't make plans, you don't live the plan that you laid out. Huh. So what am I getting at with all of this? Well, the best weeks of my year have been the 2 weeks where I make a plan for the day and I actually get to live the day I planned out. And I don't do anything amazing, special, or big. I just do little steps every day. Now, why the hell can I do that normally at home? Because that's such a low bar. Just set some goals, set some tiny goals, work on them, and get there. And that's all it is. Now I'm gonna be heading home tomorrow. I'll really have my first day at home on Saturday, together with my parents again. Being alone for 2 weeks was wonderful too. Maybe having people around me constantly is another distraction. Maybe not having to be completely responsible for everything all the time is a distraction actually, and it just holds me back. I'm gonna get to see that starting from Saturday. And I'm also gonna get to see if that makes me miserable or not. Because by any logical conclusion I can come to, there's no reason I can't just keep the momentum and keep doing what I'm doing right now when I'm at home. If I get home and basically this breaks down, I stop focusing on taking small steps every day and I start to get unhappy again or not making much progress again, I know exactly what the problem is. It's the difference between now and then. And that's being at home, that's living with my parents, that's also the work I'll be doing, but that's the biggest things right there. The environment, the connections, and what occupies my time, or rather what forces me to occupy my time, my job. So, what can you take away from this? Well, what's the best time you've had this year? Was that the time you were just working well on your small stuff? Was that the time where you were doing something else maybe? Maybe it was, huge accomplishment. It wasn't that for me this year. It was just quiet time, working every day on what I wanted to. So think about what you want and think about what was the best time. And then, take a good look. Is there any reason you can't implement the best time in your life right now if you can recognize it that way? I think you can. I think I can. And if not, I'm going to come back and talk about it. Why it went wrong or why it went well. I'd love to record another video next Thursday and be like, wow, my life is still great. I love every day. That's probably a bit boring to watch, but I don't mind making a boring video every week if I tell you, oh my God, things are going great. This is how I made things better this week. Yes. That would be a funny YouTube channel. Probably not the most popular one, but yeah, I wouldn't mind having an unfunny YouTube channel, but succeeding at life. That sounds like a good deal. I'll take that deal. Let's see next week what's gonna happen if the deal comes true.